Now we'll discuss about the design concrete and steel structure. Focus about oil and gas, power generations, refinery and petrochemical plants. This course it will be handled by Ready Man. This is our emails, contacts, and our phone and WhatsApp. We have a series of webinars for oil and gas courses. It will be done online and it will be tailored according to every topics. Here about offshore structure design, construction and maintenance, design and construction of steel and concrete structure in petroleum industry, structural engineering for non-structural engineers, and project management for offshore, onshore oil and gas project. The instructor, Dr. Muhammad Ridi, have experience 29 years in oil and gas project and the power generation projects, and they have a lot of publications. We will see it about it together. Now we will focus about this, which is a design and construction for steel and concrete structure in petroleum industrial project. In most university in our college as a civil and structural engineering, we focus about the design of concrete and steel structure for residential buildings. Now we need to focus here in our courses about the design for concrete and steel for the oil and gas plant and power generation project, refinery and petrochemicals. This webinar is a series of modules. This is a series of webinar. We can see it from this course outline. I need to highlight that this webinars it will be flexible, so you can choose any of this module, or we can select what you need exactly from these modules according to your interested and which match with your objective and the target. And it will be flexible in time and the dates according to by coordinate between you and us about the best time and days as per your regions and so on, and your business schedules and so on, because with this course it will be done worldwide from UK, Nigeria, Australia, Indonesia, India and so on. A lot of attendees, so we adjusted according to the region of the attendees itself. The course outline, it will be piperack design and solved example. We focus about here about the piping itself, piperacking itself for design, and the coordination between the structural engineering and the piping design engineers, the stress analysis piping engineer, what about the data we need, what about the interfaces, and also we go through about the design for the solved example in case of the seismic load and wind load, also cover in this modules webinars. The second modules, it will be concrete and steel storage tank design. It will be according to ABI 650 for the steel structure. First we define about the steel storage tank, which will be fixed roof or floating roof, and then we go through about the design of the steel shell itself. The main element of the steel is steel storage tank itself to be according to ABI 650. About 1 foot methods should be clarified, and also if we use concrete tank, about the type of concrete tank, how can we design it. For the steel structure, we go through an example for the tank foundation for the ring beam under the steel storage tank, which is a very interesting subject, and we see it in a lot of oil and gas plant. Module 3, design of foundation under separators, heat exchanger, slack catcher and so on. So we design by examples for the foundation under the separator, heat exchanger, and the heat exchanger if it will be a new type or an older type, for the bundle maintenance and so on, how can affect our foundation, what effects it will be considered in design and so on. Module 4, in case of the towers, which is used on oil and the gas plant, we have a vertical vessel, the tower, and we discuss also in this about the anchor bolt design, which is a very interesting topic also, and we face it a lot. We discuss the anchor bolt design in the scope of ASCII and about the wind load calculation and so on. Module 5 and 6, it will be merge between the two, because we need to cover about the design of the foundation under vibrating machines. So we'll discuss first about the principle of dynamic analysis, and then we'll go through about the design of the foundation under reciprocating equipment and foundation under power according to power turbine. So it will be a different centrifugal compressor, centrifugal pump, reciprocating compressor, reciprocating pump, and so on. And we need to define exactly what's the data we need from the mechanical engineer, how can we design about this type of foundation, and also how can we make construction for it from the most practical way, and how can we use the isolation system, how can we design our isolation system in case of the huge or big types of the machine which have a higher dynamic effect. Module 7, 8, 9, we here provide the know-how, how can you design the building can resist the blast load due to explosions in case of oil and gas. So we discuss about the dynamic analysis of the building itself. What about the load? How we can create about the load that affects the structure? What about the wind load associated with the blast load? And what about the dynamic response of the structure itself? And we have an example for it. It will be a concrete structure for the control room, and also a complete example for the steel structure for the control room also. It will be long, it will be 2 and more hours for every session, because it is not a small subject, it will be a big subject really. You make it this course 5 days course, but I make here as a core, and you need from the attendees more reading and so on that I will provide to you during the course itself. Module 10. Module 10 is focused about repair and maintenance and assessment for the concrete structure in industrials. How, with case studies, how about the best method of the evaluation and assessment and repair for the concrete structure, by using concrete repair, by using carbon fibers, by using hot rolled section for the repair itself. The repair to be matched, the design of the repair to be matched with our requirement in oil and gas and power generation project and so on, which we need some specific according to the characteristic of this type of the project itself. The very big and interesting subject about the integrity management system for oil and gas and refinery plant, which is the new update methodology. How can you implement integrity management system, which it will be already about to, depending on the module 10, according to inspection, assessment, and then make integrity management system. How can you make to be a proactive in the maintenance? How can you do a maintenance plan, define about the budget? How can you select the best system for the design of the repair or the maintenance scheme for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and so on? This is the up-to-date technique used now forward for many oil and gas offshore and onshore structure also. So it will be studies in this module. It will be according to up-to-date practical way to apply integrity management system for the structure for oil and gas refinery and petrochemical plant. Okay, so we do these courses up to the platform, which according to we have here for the module about the data, about the frequently asked question, how can we do the e-learning. Most courses we do it through Blackboard platform or Adobe Connect, and some cases it will be according to YouTube, Skype, and so on, according to the flexibility, according to the region of the attendees itself. So our target, and also at the end it will be an exam after each one to identify it will be everything, it will be understandable on the right way. So if you have any question or have an inquiry, welcome anytime. This is the website www.readyman.com, and this is the email. You can contact us, or this mobile number, and also have a WhatsApp to contact at any time. If you have any questions, you can discuss it. About the material itself, it will be part of our material, which is about our publications. Here you can see this, our publication in this. We have a book about the onshore structure design calculation. It will be cover all the topics that will be discussed about. If you need this book separate, it will be a discount about this book, author discount for it. But in this course, for the attendees, you have an Excel sheet to cover the calculation for the vibration equipment. For the ballast resistance, you have a free of charge Excel sheet that you received during the course, in addition to the PowerPoint presentation in electronic format, PDF format, you will receive during the course. Okay. If you have any question, any inquiry, technical problem issue you need to discuss, welcome and anytime. As we mentioned before, this our email and this our WhatsApp and the mobile number, and welcome anytime. Thanks a lot.